Thank you, the audience. We have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 12 people in the audience. Brave.
Thank you for coming out.
Music lovers.
Thank
you so much for coming out. So this is a bit unusual, really. This is the first time we've done anything like this.
Is it?
We're doing a Quarantini Hour live stream out to the big wide world. Yeah. And we have a live audience in the room.
It's
I
like
assume you're live.
Show.
Everyone's
Filmed
live?
in front of a live studio
You're
audience.
feeling live? Good.
Good times was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
So let me start this proceedings properly with welcoming you all to the Quarantini Hour.
Yeah.
With a quarantine. Cheers, everybody. Thanks
Cheers.
for coming out. Who'd have thunk that 2 years later we're all back in this weird kind of world where we're having to deal with this stuff. But this is how we're dealing with it, by playing music. So the general idea here this evening is that y'all are flies on the wall as the musicians here get together and have some fun playing some music, basically. And if you have any particular songs you'd like to hear, you guys in the audience, shout out loud so we can hear you. And if you're out there watching on your computer screens or TVs, please feel free to send in any requests, any kind of request, rude requests and otherwise. And let me just stop and take a quick sip of my quarantine.
I remember when this whole thing started. I think I had just gotten back from Europe, and you were like, "Hey man, I'm planning to leave tonight," and I was like, "Wait, I just flew home from Europe because all our gigs got canceled, and there's a worldwide pandemic." And Cleary was like, "Hey man, I'm planning to leave tonight. You want to play?" And I was like, "Fuck it, yeah." And it was full in here. Then nobody cared about nothing.
It was packed.
It was packed. It was breathing on people and everything, and it was fun.
And then the next day they closed everything down.
And they closed everything down for 30 years. And
it feels like
I forget who I was talking to about it the other day, but like the new normal, whatever normal used to be, it's not going to be anymore. So how many of y'all were here for those days? Y'all remember those days you used to pack in here and just sweat all over people and, you know?
It's called naturally gnawing.
6 feet.
Walking around with wet hands and shit.
Wet hands. You remember that joke you used to tell? "Oh, I just washed my hands." Yep, not no more. You might get smacked for that.
So, Trish, any comments so far? Anybody saying anything? Is anybody actually watching?
Yeah, there's people watching. You got some requests. You want me to just yell them out?
Let's do it. One of the requests is shut the keyboard.
Start with the rude ones.
Well, Zulu Coconuts.
All right.
So,
All right. Okay.
Funky
Let's start.
Monkey Business. Mohippa.
Well, let's take that as a good starting point because we have an album in the can that's not finished yet. But one of the tunes on the album is a Mardi Gras tune I wrote called Zulu Coconuts. And everybody in New Orleans knows what that means. But there might be some people watching from other cultures and other countries who are a bit bemused by the whole concept of a Zulu coconut. And a Zulu coconut is a very prized possession. At the end of Mardi Gras Day, if you can come home and you've got a Zulu coconut, that's a big deal. And in the old days, they used to throw them from the parade floats on Mardi Gras Day. And nowadays, for insurance reasons, they have to hand them out to people. Because too many people were getting bumped on the head with Zulu coconuts. But a Zulu coconut is something you'll find in people's houses in New Orleans. As I say, it's a very prized possession. They're hard to come by and they're very hard to get. If you get a Zulu coconut, that's a big deal.
Yes.
You got any Zulu coconuts in your house now?
Of course, I'm from Norland.
Yeah. Nige, you got any Zulu coconuts?
I got a couple.
Got a couple.
Yeah.
Hey, so how about you?
I got one. I got
balls.
one, and I got a shoe from Muses too.
Oh, you did? All right. Well,
I got a
catching
couple of shoes
bees
also.
and all the other stuff is true, but a Zulu coconut is a special thing. So I wrote this song all about the Zulu coconuts, and we recorded it in lockdown, which is probably a year ago now, huh? Mm-hmm. So it's a year since we played it. I think we played it one night here on the gig.
It was one of the last nights too. I remember that.
Yeah, it was, yeah. So we've got to try and remember how it goes. And I'm thinking, what key is it even in? Is it G?
G, yeah.
It's in G. So let's have a go at playing it, see if we can remember it. And if we can't, we'll stop. Because the whole point of tonight is This is where you see us kind of having some fun and doing what we do when we get together and play music when there isn't an audience there.
Yeah.
So, all right.
1, 2. It's the start of a groove. 1, 2, 2.
Oh, here we are again, y'all. If you want to come by my house in New Orleans at Mardi Gras time, you can do whatever you want, except for one thing. You better leave my Zulu coconuts exactly where I left them. Do not touch. Leave them alone. You can't take your dirty hands off my Zulu coconuts. Nuts alone. Leave your nuts alone. You can't take your Zulu off my Zulu coconuts. Leave your nuts alone. Leave your nuts alone. I don't want no ifs or buts. Take your hands off my nuts. Leave your nuts alone. Coconuts. Take your dirty hands off my Zulu coconuts. Leave your nuts alone. Leave your nuts alone. You can take your dirty hands off my Zulu coconuts. I don't want no ifs or buts. Take your hands off my nuts. Coconuts. You can come on in my house. You can walk on my front door. You can drink up on my liquor. You can pass out on the floor. You can spend my cash money. Have the keys to my car. But you can't touch, cause there's too much. Now you got too far, baby. Take your dirty hands off my Zulu coconuts. Leave them nuts alone. Leave them nuts alone. Yeah, you can take your dirty hands off my Zulu coconuts. Leave them nuts alone. Leave them nuts alone. I don't want no ifs or buts. Take your hands off my nuts. Coconuts. To the fore, y'all. Let's do that again. Let's do a stop here. To the drums. You can walk on in my house. You can back on my front door. You can drink up on my liquor. You can pass out on the floor. You can spend my cash money. Have the keys to my car. But you can't touch, cause there's too much. Now you gone too far, baby. Take your dirty hand off my Zulu coconuts. Leave them nuts alone. Leave them nuts alone. Yeah, you can take your dirty hands off my Zulu coconuts. Leave them nuts alone. Leave them alone, baby. I don't want no ifs or buts. Take your hands off my nuts. Talk about my Zulu coconuts. Zulu coconuts. Leave them nuts alone. Zulu coconuts. Leave them nuts alone. Zulu coconuts. Leave them nuts alone.
So we do it.
Yo, dude, that's amazing. Everybody remembered all the cars.